if you're hunting a food source like a crop field and you have to exit through the field, what would you do to spook the deer off at night?
Mm. You could
You,
pull out your 40 and take some random shots in the air. No, it depends. I mean, a lot of times I don't even come back, so I just get down and don't care where they go or what they do. If I had shooters in the field, I would probably try to wait till they moved off. If they're not going to move off, I just eventually sneak down and then just walk through. And when I walked, I wouldn't stop. No matter how they reacted, I'd just keep walking, because I think they react differently to how you react. Like if you're perceived as a threat, somebody that pays them no mind, doesn't walk towards them, doesn't stop and stare at them, just keeps walking. I mean, they ain't blow at you, but they're more likely to come back, in my opinion. But I think the real key to killing those deer is to be in the right spot the first day. I know that's like going to roll your eyes and make you think, well, that's easy to say. It's not easy to do. Well, I know it's not easy to do, but those deer get real educated once you hunt them once, which is why you're asking the question. You know, it's hard. It just is. Having a different way to get out of there would probably be better.
Yeah.
If you could find one.
Right. Especially if it's like if you're hunting some private farm where you're planning on hunting this place multiple times, it's like it's worth either, mapping out a different way of getting out or cutting you some way to getting out or whatever in the winter time.
So I went over by Dave's and hunted, and down in his bottom, I put one of those great cell cams down there.
Yeah.
And it lasted about 3 weeks of solid does and then burnt out. Batteries went dead from taking a million pictures. And I knew there had to be something going on down there because that's where the big bucks always been, but I never got one on that camera. I went down there and it's just loaded with giant rubs. You go in there, the does come out and feed past you. And when they get past you, they're going to get downwind of you. That's all you can do. And the first time I went in, you got to get your wind in there a little bit. So the way you go in there, you got to go up over this crest a little bit. And no matter how you do it, you have to circle it to do it, without trespassing. And at some point, your wind's probably going to get in there. Mm-hmm. I mean, unless it's an exact straight north wind, I think or it's east or northeast. So anywho, the first day I had a northwest wind, and I just figured like a northwest. And I figured, well, it'll kind of tinge it. And you got a hill that drops down there. So it kind of swirls and pulls your scent down there a few times too. So I just tried racing across the hill, and I did. Then I circle around to the front. And you kind of hope that if they smell you on the top, you're 90 degrees to that, they'll still go that way.
Right.
So I'm setting up my stand. The wind's now in my face. Well, I hear blowing in the buck bedding area. And it's obviously from me being up on the top, and he probably did something to detect where I was now, whether it's sight or whatever. It's, maybe he's got a little opening or something. But I thought, well, I'll give it another hunt tomorrow. Right away before they have a chance. And right after the buck started blowing, I got in the tree anyways and hunted, and a massive storm came in. Massive. I was blowing trees over and stuff. I was hanging onto the tree for my life. So, you kind of burn that spot, but I really want to get in there again because it was just loaded with these giant rubs. So, there's something big in there, right?
Yeah.
So I get in there and I go in the next day with a north wind, and I'm able to, by staying down low on the other slope, keep my wind from ever hitting that bedding area, and I get around and get down there. And 2 different does that weren't together came out and came past me. Buck never came out. That's one of those things. I mean, now I could just keep going down there and trying to figure out ways not to spook the does, but I'm way better off just leaving that alone a little bit. I know there's a big buck going through there, but if I go down and I pound that, and if this guy goes out there and pounds that field and keeps walking through those deer, he's going to have issues. You did some damage. The best thing you can do is back off a little bit, either watch it from a distance or go hunt some other deer some other place and just let it settle down. So maybe, 20 or 30 days later, you have a fresh hunt again. Or if it's a crop that's, or something that they're feeding on right now and it's going to change, well, maybe it's 10 days, but one of two things: either hunt it again the next day and try to get right where you came out the day before, or wait as long as you can. But just pounding it ain't going to help you much.
Hey everybody, if you like the channel, make sure you subscribe right here. And if you like the clips, I got 2 more options for you. 2 options right here. Subscribe right here. See you guys.